Hello, people. It's me, Edward King. I have the camera pointed at my computer screen for those of you who are wondering what's on the screen here. What's up? These are just, I have it pointed at my monitor, my Facebook monitor. I just got up here. I didn't go to my AA meeting. Some of you know I attend the Alcoholics Anonymous meetings generally up here in Fox Creek. I have to be honest and say, no, I'm not an alcoholic, but I still attend the meetings. And, sometimes I feel like maybe I shouldn't, but at the same time, I feel compelled to attend the meetings because I know that Fox Creek is a growing little town. It really does require this service, and I wish more people would use it. I really do. I just so love this song. I just can't help it. I have to turn it up a little bit because it's called Spring Song, and I guess I could say that spring has begun here. We might get a little more snow, but for all intents and purposes, spring has come. And yeah, one more, I think, Old Man Winter dump. That's usually been the tradition. I don't know. I could be wrong this time, but yeah, I didn't go to the meeting because I spent so much time with my family today outdoors that I may have got overdosed with radiation. This far north, the sun's rays reach your skin at a different angle. They reach your body at a different angle. The angle of the sun's rays in the north at this time of the year and during the summer can be very intense, even though it's not exactly all that hot all the time. It has to do with the distance of the sun from the earth and the angle at which the rays actually reach this location on the globe. And if you haven't had a lot of exposure to it over the winter, they can hit you pretty hard in the summer. And I have to admit that even though I know some of you have seen many of my outdoor videos and I've been outside considerably despite the winter, that I don't really get outside probably as often as I should, and I hate the cold. I just despise the bitter cold. I just hate it. I mean, I know you can dress warm for it and everything, and but I always have despised the cold. I don't like the bitter cold. I mean, I can put up with normal sub-zero winter temperatures, but when it starts getting around 20 below, I start asking myself, why am I living here? And actually that's the way it is all through Alberta. I mean, you could be in southern Alberta and still experience temperatures as low as 20 below. Not maybe as often, but you can. It just comes with being Canadian, living in Canada. But well, there's no paradise on earth, is there? There's always going to be something, and at least here, the weather keeps you real. Yeah, I'm just going to turn this, see what happens when I turn my little picture camera here. Yeah, my friends. There's a family picture of me and my beloved there, down there. These changed. Those are my friends in there. Yeah, they are my friends. They are my friends. Yeah, just sharing is essentially what I'm doing here, and maybe my conscience is annoying me. I've got an upload going here. Maybe it'll show it. I don't know. I've got an upload going, and I'm publishing something here on YouTube through Windows Live Movie Maker. It's a nice little program if you ever publish things on YouTube. You may want to consider Windows Live Movie Maker if you have Windows 7. It's pretty nice. I don't know how well the other versions work for stuff like this, but yeah, it was a delightful day. And I when I got back home after I ate supper, oh, the wife made homemade pizza again. I couldn't resist. It was so good. And anyway, but after I ate my pizza, I was just wiped. And I probably wouldn't have been very useful at the AA meeting anyway. Yeah, but essentially that's why I attended the AA meetings in Fox Creek, to contribute to the attendance in the event that someone who really does need AA does have a place to go. Do I need it? Well, I can benefit from it. I know that. You know, if we're talking in terms of need or neediness, well, I can see where I have a use for it. I have the camaraderie of a support system that fully understands what it means to be addicted. You know, and that much I can say that we all have in common. Oh, I do indeed know what it means to be addicted. But I suppose that may not be enough, you know, because I'm not quote unquote addicted to a narcotic. And yeah, I wanted to at some time talk about online gaming. And I am an online gamer. I am not probably a hardcore online gamer, but I am an online gamer. There was a time that I was a hardcore online gamer, and I kind of got away from that. Probably as a result of, well, I can't say that. I was going to say as a result of the game itself shutting down, but no, that's not true, because I was already away from it long years before it shut down completely. But no, I just life, you know what I mean? There's virtual reality and then there's reality. And you know, VR is a subset of the first, you know, not the other way around. Life is not a subset of the latter, although there are probably some hardcore gamers that would tell you otherwise. um, Online gaming can be a lot of fun, and it can be a learning tool. It can be very insightful. It can stimulate your imagination. Your It can even actually accelerate intelligence. It can actually increase your IQ. They've proven that online gaming can actually increase your IQ. But you know, with anything man has ever made, you know, there are benefits and there are shortcomings. In the beginning, I was what they call a sysop. That's a short talk for a system operator. For MSN Gaming Zone. Some of you might remember back in the days when they had such a thing. I worked to a level 4, and then discovered that if I was going to progress, I would have to move to Chicago to get my level 5, and I wasn't going to uproot my family and move to Chicago. But as it stands, and as it turns out, it doesn't matter, because MSN Gaming Zone completely revamped and pretty much got rid of all its sysops, because I guess whether it was just too expensive to keep the servers open or what, I don't know. But I had already, again, as I said, pulled out of the whole online gaming circuit pretty much by that time anyway. So when they took my my plus MSN plus symbol from me, that didn't bother me. I could see where everything was headed by that time anyway, and I was right. Yeah. Excuse me a moment. There are so many things that I could talk to you about in this non-video audio presentation of mine. Admittedly, I have lived a very full life, and I've learned many things. And yeah, I'm fighting some kind of allergy or something here. Just looking at my friends, I'm just trying to wonder what is the best view. You know, I've got some good friends here. Some of these people are really amazing, and in my friends list, and I invite you to check those names out, because there are really some amazing people. I really know a real cross section of people, real different sort of individuals, and I guess that's the one thing that they really have in common. Yeah, pardon me. As I said, I just woke up. I haven't even had my coffee yet. My goodness, I should just go get a coffee. I got some cold stuff here I guess I could drink. Good coffee. Yeah, that's what all my friends have in common. They're all strong individuals, pretty much, really strong individuals. I guess I'm drawn to that sort of personality type, and it may have something to do with my own personality. But yeah, the music in the background is Bruce Cockburn, a Canadian, and another very strong individual. Likes to illuminate the masses. I'm just turning it down here to talk. Likes to illuminate the masses himself. Illuminate. I wonder if that's a good word to use these days, you know, with Illuminati and everything. You know, if we don't inform the masses, and if we don't share, you know, our knowledge, I think we're just as guilty as contributing to the ignorance of society as society is guilty of embracing their ignorance. Knowledge is made to be shared. That's my belief. Now it's true. It's true. Knowledge can be put in the wrong hands. People who abuse knowledge, people who use knowledge as a weapon or as a tool against society. And, you know, that's a risk we have to take, because if we use that as a reason not to, you know, otherwise educate and assist our fellow man, we're sunk. We're sunk. We're stuck in this endless cycle of distrust, mistrust, and violence even. And so, no, I really think that we need to share. I really think we need to share and to contribute. Well, we need to be aware, you know. And awareness is another interesting subject that maybe I'll touch upon at some point, but not tonight. I'm just trying to take advantage of a situation I don't often get, and that's, it's peaceful, the children are asleep, I just woke up, can you believe it? I just woke up at this hour, and it is, well, if my clock is telling the truth, it says it's 2:02 a.m. I don't know, the time changed on my clock, so I'll have to check that setting. But if it is 2:02 a.m., well, there's another place I can check. Hold on here on the old computer roll. Yes, 2:03 a.m. now. Wow, what a time to be awake, suddenly wake up. Maybe I'll try to go back to bed. I don't know. Boy, those rays really got me. It was nice. It was a really nice family stroll. And yeah, I just kind of feel bad about missing the meeting. Maybe I should have called and let you know, the chair know that I wasn't going to be there. I don't know. I just I went to bed after supper. You know, a friend came by, and I chatted for a short time, and then I went to bed after supper. That was it. I was done. I was zapped from the radiation, and I needed to sleep and maybe build tissues. Had a great time with the girls, though. It was just great. It was wonderful. Yeah, so anyway, back to online gaming. Um, I think there's a place for it. I think that we can learn from it, but I also think there's a point at which we move on, you know, in our lives. Yeah, I don't think we just stay there for the rest of our lives. I think that we might spend a little time there afterward. But what I'm learning more and more as time goes on, and a friend called me from British Columbia here today, and we were talking you know, about life in general, and I finally got my message. Usually I have a message for each year, and I didn't really get one for 2013. I didn't get, like a year slogan type of thing. And my daughter and I used to do this. Prudence and I, we used to always have like a slogan for each year. And here it is. Here's the slogan for 2013. It's press on, press on, press on. This is what we have to do. We have to press on. And that's scriptural. That's biblical. We have to press on. And so that was a good word. That's the word. If anybody calls me up and says, hey, Edward, what's the word? What's the word, brother? The word is press on. There's the word. That's the word. So if some of you are wondering what the word is press on. And yeah, so it wasn't a totally fruitless Sunday. I hope I'm getting rid of my ahs and things like that, because I'm trying to take these pauses and just speak normally, to people on these non-video audio presentations. And this is a really relaxed, you know, unofficial sort of video, just myself, just being natural, or trying to be myself. I'm just natural. I had so much more to say about online gaming earlier today, but because I'd like to share a little bit about myself. I've done so much online. I actually helped build games. I've contributed to so many different things in my capacity. I don't do that anymore. And all the C plus and HTML code and everything, it's all changed. It's no, I don't do that stuff anymore, and it doesn't interest me anymore. But I've done all kinds of things, And that was what I was reflecting on earlier today. Is I've done a lot of things in my lifetime. I've done all kinds of work, and maybe work that others might say really isn't suited to me, or I'm tackling jobs that aren't within my capacity or whatever. But nonetheless, they were educational and exciting. I learned a lot. That's how you learn. But yeah, that's it. Take another slurp of this cold coffee. Man, this is cold coffee, but it's wet. Oh, nice and quiet, peaceful. It was a good weekend. There was something else I wanted to share that I learned this weekend. Another thing that I learned this weekend. Another thing that I learned this Sunday. And now it's just escaped me. There was the online gaming thing. Yeah, that was. I was thinking I should explain to people that I actually did work with online gaming, and I was an hardcore online gamer at one point. Not anymore. And yeah, it can be addictive, but the addiction is psychological. So you can break away from it a lot more easily, I think, than you can break away from physical addictions, substance addictions, things like that. Um, so yeah, it can be dangerous. It can be anything. There's so many things that can be dangerous in this world. Uh, yeah. woke up thinking about your Turkish drums, he says. He says it doesn't know much about Turkish drums. I've been having some wild dreams, really wild dreams, and that's the thing. There, made the breakthrough. As a responsible and what's the word? When you're curious about something and you want to know things, you always want to know things. You always want to get the information. You know, but for the sake of staying informed and the sake of actually demonstrating some semblance of personal responsibility, long ago, I would say probably 2 decades ago, at least 2 decades ago, maybe a little over 2 decades ago, the head of the department of the University of Alberta Psychiatric Division. I went and I got myself, investigative. I got myself psychologically assessed. Now this is a very wise move, because then that way when somebody says you're nuts or you're crazy or or tries to get you, what's the word, committed, you can look them in the eye and say, no, I already been there, done that. I already had myself psychiatrically assessed, officially assessed by a psychiatrist. Sorry guys, you're wrong. I'm normal. I had myself checked. I did the responsible thing. So that's what I did. I went to the University of Alberta. The head psychiatrist actually assessed me. Okay, I'm talking about, like, this man was incredible, and I am going to actually recount my experience to you before I sign off. I went there, and the forms. I mean, you have to fill out a book in order to be assessed, and I'm trying to answer all these forms as honestly as possible, right? Because I'm a real stickler for accuracy, and I have somewhat of a scientific mind. Anyway, when they finally do take me in, I'm briefed by some young intern type person, whatever, as we're heading toward the examination room. And it's just amazing. There's like 10 students or whatever they are that sit behind glass and actually, with notebooks in their laps, taking notes about you, watching you. And the guy, I mean, I don't know if this was an exercise in human psychology. I mean, were these people for real? I don't know. But I wanted to know about me. Do you know what I'm saying? I wanted to know about myself, because at the time I was struggling. I had just been through a car accident. And now in retrospect, I realize I was suffering from medical depression. But here is what the head of the Department of Psychiatry said about me. And what a character. I want to describe this guy to you. He's all dressed in black. I mean, from head to toe in black. He wears one of those black broad-brimmed hats, okay? He has a beard that even Freud would be envious of, okay? Big beard. He's got the big brown eyes, and he has the accent to boot. And this is what he says to me. I'll never forget this. He says to me, Edward, your problem is you are thinking. And we must get rid of this thinking before it kills you. I'm serious. That was the accent he had. He even had the accent. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. I mean, this guy was such a stereotype. Seriously. Freud would be jealous. Okay. When I reflect on this, I'm learning. Ironically, he was right. I can't shut my brain off. I am a thinker. I am a thinker. He ran me through, well, are you doing any illicit substances? And the answer is no, I wasn't. You know, I, I, that's not my problem. You know, I mean, I went through the whole list, and yeah, he's right. Even when I'm sleeping, I can't put the brakes on. And it's true. I can't stop thinking. And the only way that I can stop is if they feed me drugs. I slow down, and depending on the strength and the type of drug it is, um, you know, I can be brought to a point where I can actually sleep at night. Uh, but I'm a zombie. And I'm a zombie in the daytime. And I'm a zombie at the nighttime. And I go through life in zombiehood. And I sleep 12, 14 hours a day. That's what those drugs do to me. Okay? And I'm depressed. And I get suicidal thoughts. And in the end, the drugs weren't such a good idea after all, Mr. Psychiatrist. He had issued a prescription for me. He wanted to get me on some kind of, antidepressant, serotonin reuptake inhibitor thing. And this is, 20 years ago. And I asked him, is there any other way that we could deal with this without having to resort to psychotropic drugs? And he stops and he looks up at me and his mouth is hanging open. He's staring at me, like I just said the most outrageous thing. And, it was pretty clear, the answer is evident in his eyes what my problem was, and that I should just shut up and take orders. So we got into a big argument about that. He made me promise that at least I would take 2 aspirin a day. I did at the time. I don't anymore. I can't. I just, seriously, this is the best that the Department of Psychiatry in Edmonton had to offer. And, it's no wonder people are so messed up, I just, but he was right. This is the irony of the thing. Because now, in retrospect, I realize I am always thinking. And I cannot shut it off. I can't turn it off. It's like this, I have this brain that's stuck in analytical reflection and projection, and I cannot shut it off. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, I am thinking. And I don't have any breaks to stop that. And it's not just regular thought like, well, okay, yeah, I better go to the store tomorrow, or, oh, yeah, yep, got to pick up, the mail tomorrow. No, it's not that kind of thinking. No, it's deep thinking. It's thinking on many levels. It's thinking in abstract. It's, it's true. The guy was right. He, I got to hand it to him. He had me pegged. I am a thinker. I was born a thinker, I think. And I'll probably always be a thinker. And you know what? I think that's okay. And I think I'm going to stay with that. Somebody has to do it. Here is my real problem, if you want to call it a problem. My problem is that I am me, and I'm an individual. And I am HSP. That means I'm a highly sensitive person. Dr. Elaine Aron published many books about this subject. She's a respected doctor with a PhD. She knows her stuff. She's not, putting a shine on. This is not some kind of fad. This is actually a condition that has existed in society from the dawn of history. And every society that loses its population of HSP people tumbles to the ground and dies, because you need your HSP people. And I just happen to be one of them. Kings and queens and leaders, they needed HSP people to keep them informed, keep them abreast about what's happening. Anyway, I'm winding down here. I'm running out of time. I had a wonderful Sunday, and yeah, I'm always thinking. I'm a thinker. I'm not always right, and I don't expect to be always right. But what little I have, I will certainly share, and I love contributing to the whole, think tank in the VR world of internet. Listen, thanks for putting up with me if you listen to this whole thing. God bless you. You have a great day. God bless you. That's all I can say. God bless you.